Hi, I'm Maria Pak.
Hi, I'm Amanda Chang.
Hi, I'm Naina.
Hey, I'm Ming.
Hey, I'm Seema Gururaj.
Hi, I'm Khashoggi, and I'm here hanging out with Unboxed.
And I'm hanging with Unboxed today.
Hanging out with Unboxed today.
Hanging with Unboxed today.
Hanging out with Unboxed today. Hey there, Brianne C. Martin, aka the People Engineer, hanging out with Unboxed today. I had a very, let's just say, interesting background of being able to grow up without a dad, being raised by a single mom. I was the oldest of three, and then being able to actually experience different types of father figures, if you will. My first stepfather actually, didn't really know how to reciprocate love. He wasn't sure how to be patient with children, and so, he would discipline us for no reason, or, he was frustrated coming home from work, and so he would, spank us from one room across the other and like lock us in closets to try and just keep us quiet. And that was his way of parenting that obviously didn't work out so well for us. So having that type of physical kind of abuse and just mistreatment as a young child really made me question my worth and what I really had to offer. Moving forward a few years later, running into another father figure, then actually being sexually abused from the ages of 8 to 12. And so that was something very interesting because not only was I not coming into my sexuality, but I was a very religious person, so it meant a lot to me, like to be able to have that type of chastity and to live in a very pure life. So being able to kind of wrestle with that, I felt very tarnished, like I was used goods, and it was something that, my family was finally happy. We finally had a consolidated family, and we were like our own version of Brady Bunch. It was very difficult for me to be able to internalize or even just figure out, especially as a young adult or preteen, where most of my friends and everyone else started kind of having relationships. And so the majority of my self-worth then became on seeking male validation. I didn't have my biological dad there. When I finally did, it was this back and forth. And then being able to try to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and with my world moving forward. I had always had music as an outlet, but I didn't want that to define me. And so I had this kind of, again, just multiple different ideas and perceptions of what I could do, but being able to be a problem solver and actually solve something. Quite frankly, math and science did not come easy to me. Math was the one thing that actually really challenged me. And so the fact that I had this type of accomplishment when I finally achieved it was just this sense of like fulfillment and like, oh, I got it, I actually conquered something, was so powerful and just absolutely moving to me that it just kept driving me. And so that sense of needing to be better, needing to be smarter, and like push myself to continue to be more and more because I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough to be loved by my dad. I wasn't good enough for, my friends or even just my peers to actually really accept me and who I was. So I was really dealing with a lot of dark demons, and this opportunity to really do problem solving, and there was an external validation of I got it right, really made a huge difference in my life. So moving on, again, I went 1,000 miles away to college, and it wasn't until I actually was struggling with my classes that I noticed I had a really difficult time actually focusing in class. I had to take multiple different colored pens just to even keep up with like what were different concepts and how I outlined it, how to just keep my own attention on what I was learning and how to go back and study. And so being able to kind of move through all of that, I found out I actually suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder because of everything my childhood had had in it. And then now how do I actually overcome that? How do I utilize that? And I always felt like it was something to be fixed, and that was actually a 10-year process that I had to go through therapy, and it wasn't something that I needed to fix or put away. It was something that I needed to learn to accept and to move forward with. And so even now today, suffering from ADHD and severe anxiety, it doesn't define who I am, but knowing that that's a part of who I am, honoring it, accepting it, and then learning to move forward with making me stronger, with being a part of my background, of my story, but still to move forward and not allowing it to define me, makes a really huge, I guess for me, a proud moment, because now I can actually have that opportunity to share. So many people go through similar backgrounds or have similar stories, and maybe not the whole thing, but in different pieces. We all go through our own personal struggles, our own trials, and so being able to come out on the other side. I'm not always have a perfect day. I don't always have all the answers. It's not always figured out, but just knowing that I'm still working on this self-evaluation. I'm still working on my self-discovery, but knowing that I don't need so many external validations. As long as I know that I'm taking care of myself and that I love myself and surrounding myself with people that are positive and encouraging, I have the power within myself to make that choice. If you're a negative influencer in my life, if you have some kind of negative vibes, I don't need that because I've already had too much of that in my life. I don't want that to be the kind of aura or the type of environment I surround myself in. And so that was kind of a one big aha moment in my life, is even going through therapy, is really identifying that I have the choice, I have the power of what I allow myself to do. I can't control the world around me, but I can control my reaction to it.